You do what you can as a filmmaker to grab people's attention. And Robert's a very diverse filmmaker, and that was just the beginning of his epic voyage.
I knew it'd be hard to get music for an entire feature. It was always different for a short film. For a feature, I just need a few pieces of music. John Carpenter would do this. He did this on Assault on Precinct 13. He didn't score to the picture. He scored a few little suites and then just used those to cut into the movie.
Around the fall of 1991, I was enrolled at the University of Texas at Austin. I was studying music and getting a degree in English, and in my spare time, I was recording impromptu instrumentals at my friend Eric's studio in his apartment. It was all new to me, you know, and maybe it was easier, and I think Robert, he wanted to control the output, obviously. He was just listening, knowing what he needed, and then taking the sound edits and remixing them elsewhere. Like the chase music, that was something I created in an odd time signature with a propelling beat to it. Then it was all sample based, so we weren't in a soundstage working with an orchestra by any means. I was doing all this with, you know, technology from that time period. And I was lucky to study at the Electronic Music Studio in Austin, where I really learned a lot about cutting tape and, you know, creating a drum loop by making a snare drum sample from white noise and cutting the tape and then piecing together these segments of tape so it'd go and you make a beat. You know, I don't know if kids are learning those kind of things now, but for me, having exposure to that even at that time was really instrumental because it got me into the nuts and bolts of how do you make sound, how do you create something from scratch that's not just touching a preset. I don't think I saw any of the picture until the film was released. When it had a theatrical release in a movie theater, however many screens it was across the US, but it was, at least I know it showed in Houston, Texas, where I took my family to see this movie at the Cineplex, right?